Hello, everybody. Logan here with a project video. Not a review. This is not a animatronic you can just buy off the shelves. In fact, this is something I made myself. Wow, look at me. KNT Halloween, move over, guys. It's my turn. No, I'm just kidding. This is an animatronic that I basically gave a big makeover, and it definitely still needs a little bit more work and tweaking, but it's kind of a progress video on it. So, this used to be a lunging witch. I got this from Crazy Hauntzilla for $50 along with 3 other animatronics and I'm all together. And I don't like witches. I don't like witches at all. And she was missing her staff and parts of her clothing. So she just wouldn't have really worked as the lunging witch anymore. So, he was kind of like, I kind of sold her to you for really cheap because I knew you could have done a lot of work with her and he didn't want it anymore. And I was like, I could do a lot of things with this. The original concept was for her to be a cannibal. And that just fell through. I was like, I don't want to do a cannibal anymore. If I would have done a cannibal, I would have sold her. But then I was like, I want my own lunging character to keep besides Hugs. And I was thinking, well, what little theme do I have that is, sorry, my dogs are being kind of noisy. So, what kind of theme do I have that just doesn't have a lot of props in it? And I was like, a little hospital theme. It's missing a lot. There's a lot of props that I don't have a lot of props for it. So I thought I could make a lunging nurse. And that is what I did. So she has all the original parts. This is still the original head. What I did is I cut off the nose and the ears and I wrapped the face with medical gauze and I repainted the eyes, like the skin around the eyes to look like burnt skin, like she just got burnt, and did a very thin coat of permablood over the eyes. I'm just kind of giving a little bit of a bloodshot feel, and then I dirtied up the bandaging, and then I got a nurse costume. Now the costume's actually a little bit too small. I only had the options between a small and a large. I knew a large would be too big. And I knew it had to do a lot more adjustments with a large than with a small. So, obviously, I have to do a lot of adjusting, back here with the small. Not near as much as I would have had to do with a large. Large, I would have had to do, a lot of cutting and re-seaming. Back here, it doesn't cover all the way because of the hunchback. I try to remove it, and no, that did not work. She needs this. So I'm gonna get a white t-shirt and then attach very specific Velcro so I can kind of stretch this over that and allow this to be Velcroed on. So it'll be secure. And this is just open for now so it fits around the torso better and she can move because she lunges. And then it doesn't reach all the way down, so I'm going to have to get a slip. That's why the bottom's not really heavily dirty. If you've seen some of my work, I like to do a lot more of grunge on the bottom, especially if a dress has been dragging through the ground a lot. That's why the bottom's actually relatively clean. Just because I don't have enough material on the bottom for it to be realistic, because it's not going to stay like that, obviously. I don't like props with exposed poles like that. So she's going to get a slip, which is an underskirt, and then I will stain them both together so they match a little more. I can get those Walmart for pretty cheap. And I'll probably just glue in the skirt, or the slip, probably within this seam here, so it's built in. Other than that, everything's fine. I was scared about how thin this material was, and I realized the foam's white, so it's not really see-through. and you really can't see like the metal that well. You might be able to see it more like in bright light, but it's not much of a concern of mine. This arm is weird. It likes to hang backwards. It should be like this, but it won't stay like that. I don't know why. She's holding a Form Novelties female vampire head that I bloodied up quite a bit. She was originally holding that Two-Face head that Spirit had, which would like two heads stitched together. And I took that off because A, I wanted her to be holding a head by the hair. I think it just looked better. And B, the head was actually too heavy because it's foam-filled latex. That is just a stuffed head. So it weighs a lot less, and it's not as heavy. So she holds it better, and she can lunge, and she won't be struggling as much. And I'm sure a lot of people's like, oh, wow, it's probably going to sound really cursed with the audio. I keep it all the way turned down. I actually like her being silent as her face is all wrapped up. Her mouth, I obviously have to keep her mouth unplugged, to keep her audio turned all the way down. She just lunges. I like her just lunging out like that. One weird way that these are just built in general is just the fact that everything faces the front, like the control box. Usually they can face the back. I could not figure out how to build this thing correctly, so she's actually backwards. As you can see, I might actually keep it like that just to hide that long pole. I can just set weights on it to keep her steady. And here's a little hidden detail I did. I actually bloodied up these. They look like she had tied it or untied it with her bloodied hands. I added quite a bit of little details. This right here is just from her hand doing this. And that's from the head, obviously. From her holding bloodied items. I took a straw and just spat out blood all over her, and then I did dirty paint water. All over this. This was also dirty paint water. So one weird thing about this item is her eyes do glow up red. Again, if you follow Crazy Hauntzilla, which, by the way, totally recommend you do, you will probably have seen his red-eyed witch. This is exactly what it is. This is the red-eyed lunging witch. Just better, because I don't like witches at all. I don't like witches. I'm sorry. I know I probably sound like Mac. I know Mac doesn't like witches. I think witches are just really cliche. I don't like how cliche all these witch animatronics are. All these haggard old women. I only like Flaming Black Widow Witch. That's the only witch I like. I did the crosses. I just used the back of a paintbrush. I mean, a really crudely drawn. Yeah, she still lunges. I did permablood. I wanted her hands to be really bloody, like she was just operating on someone. She was hands deep in their guts and stuff. I wanted some blood to be soaked into the bandages. Again, like she was just freshly burnt. I like how the eyes are the only things exposed. I think it makes her look really creepy. I think she's really creepy. Like, really, really, really creepy. Again, she definitely needs a little more work, but for the most part, she's done. She just, again, needs a slip added. She needs, like, an undershirt. I'll probably give her, like, a white tank top. Just to kind of help hide this. And I can glue on Velcro and just Velcro on this shirt. And it'll just kind of help, support everything. But I think this has been my best. I don't want to say custom. Because, I just used an animatronic refurbishment. I think it's my best refurbishment, I mean, I was pretty proud of the clowns I repainted. I did a couple of Sunstar clowns I repainted. Which, I still have one for sale on my eBay, by the way. And I've repainted the Grimm two Grimm twins. Have one of those on eBay still as well. If you want to purchase those are there to buy. I'm not selling this one. I like this. I'm keeping it. And I have a Untimely Death statue I'm doing work on. It's definitely I got from Crazy Hauntzilla. It was completely gutted, so it does not work at all. Not selling her. And I got Banshee. I'm not selling her either. I'm not really selling any of these right now. I might in the future if I feel like it, but I just like these. I am offering prop refurbishment, like, services. So obviously if you have an animatronic that you just want to look better and scarier, hit me up. Either on Instagram, which is fox_creates, FOXX_creates, all one word. Shoot me a DM. We can work something out. I normally only work with plastic items. This is vinyl. Her face is vinyl. I only don't do vinyl only because it's just not a material I do a lot of work with. This was an experiment. Gone very much right. But, I mean, I do a lot of wild work. I'll turn her on so you guys can kind of see her in action. She does have to be weighted because she's on backwards. There's those red eyes. These normally have amber eyes. But I like her being silent, and then she'll just suddenly lunge out at you. I like how that arm moves. It's not mechanical. It just sways. I think that's just really cool. I'll make a hole for her motion sensor a little later. But for now, I just wanted to do... kind of have her on constant mode. But I just like the idea of this one being silent, so you don't hear it. You don't know what's coming. You know, this looks like a light-up prop. And it's really misleading. So when she does lunge out, you know, it's really effective. It's a really good scare. And if someone's like, it's not going to get anyone because it doesn't say anything, it'll get a lot of people. Hugs gets a lot of people. And he just talks, it doesn't like he's going to jump out at you. Well, I mean, he does, but it does not at the same time. This will get people. People are going to be looking at it, you know. People like to stop and look at these animatronics and be like, wow, you know, what's that? You know, it's going to get someone. So yeah, that is my lunging nurse video. I will obviously do an updated, kind of just a little demo video of her in action when she's all done. Probably within like next couple days or so. It won't take me long to finish this up. I just gotta get a few things. White tank top, white slip. Very few materials I have to get left. This was definitely my most expensive item, with the dress being like $30, head being $20, animatronic being $50, and I bought like 10 packs of bandages, $10, permablood, $20. Yeah, it was not cheap. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.